it simple. We kill the Bat of Gotham. I'm Batman.
Hey now, how was that? Hey now, that was almost Howard Stern level. Hey now, hey now, hey now. Sorry, I'm just having a moment. Welcome to the Batman on Film Social Hour, and this is actually one that you can see us. You can see us all. So everyone, yes, everyone wave. Everyone wave. Hello. We've done last few have been audio only podcast. I am the founder of Batman on Film, Jett, Ramey, and with me are two senior BOF contributors, and that would be Mr. Peter Verra and Mr. Ryan Lauer, spelled like lower. How about? See, I finally did it.
Hey now.
Hi boys. Good one. How y'all doing, guys?
We're doing pretty good.
Yeah,
we just got finished doing a show with about Batman comic books. Actually, just the two of us. So.
We sure did. How about that, huh? Some Batman comics. Who'd have thought?
Surprise.
It went a lot longer than we thought too. Go surprise.
Yes, it did.
What'd y'all talk about? Just
Batman in March.
Yep. Basically the whole slate of comics in March of the popular ones, and just kind of like a wraparound in case you missed it.
So no classic, no previous stuff, just
I got classics. You want classics on hand? I could show some classics. Here we go. The classic detective, little Neil Adams. This one is Detective 404, and then we got Detective 410. So it's some nice Batman and Batgirl, Neil Adams stuff from back in the day. God bless Neil Adams.
Do you Pete? Do you buy those and will keep them forever, or are you someone who will? Do you do it like like baseball cards would
they're mine until I'm 60 and I got no space. I don't know what I'm going to do with them yet, but hopefully my spawn will be able to sell them if they.
I've got a shitload. I mean, stuff from growing up. I got that. Still have that coverless Batman 251, which Lauer. That's more people need to read that story, the Joker's Five-Way Revenge. I think you Jimmy rigged that son of a gun, didn't you?
Not at all. Okay,
it's not the first time he's heard that complaint.
On the Batman Book Club Twitter, we did the best Batman story tournament, and it was just the way that the cards fell. Joker's Five-Way Revenge went up against Strange Apparitions, and it won, and then it went up against Hush.
Yeah,
and that just kind of shows you the classic lovers and the the new age lovers, and it got stomped on. And I
bet you anything that if you had put the image of the cover of Batman 251 up, it would have won. Maybe, but because people know that cover, it's a classic cover. All right,
it'd have been a closer ball game for sure.
Than what
I believe that cover's hanging up in said BOF home office.
It's right there, my friend. Yes, it is. I love it.
For me, it is right off on the wall, right over here too. So
it's a great cover.
For me, it's in a long box in the basement. It's down there. I have it. So
speaking of Neil Adams, did I ever tell you at the Dark Knight Rises premiere, the screening, he came up to me and asked me if I could go get his jacket.
You thought you were a coat check?
And I went,
that's quite the drop from eating popcorn with Trump.
Yeah. And true. And I said, I don't work here. I don't know where the jackets are. I'm sorry, man. He was cool. So
he's like your great uncle
I don't know. Do I look like a coat check dude? I don't know. I look like a coach.
He apologized. Did he pull a 251 issue out of his back pocket? Sign it.
Yes, it was an original. Yes. All right. So anyway, Pete Verra and Ron Lauer are here. I'm here, and we're going to make this quick, y'all. We're going to watch the new trailer for the Suicide Squad. I guess this is the first one, right? We've had something from.
This is the first trailer. We got like behind the scenes. We're having fun making this movie vignette thing, at Fandom, but this is the first trailer teaser. This is everything, and it's a red band.
Yes. So we've already watched it. So this is not like one of those reaction, ooh, and all this bullshit people do, and act a fool when when they record these. So we've already seen it. I've seen it several times, like 2 or 3, 4 times, but we're going to watch together. We're going to comment. We'll make a few comments afterwards, and then we'll be out of here. Does that sound fine?
Sounds good to me.
I got the dew. The dew has been poured. I'm ready.
All right. So here's how we do this. I'm going to count down. Everybody should be ready. And if you're at home watching or playing from home, they used to say on the old game shows back in the day, 70s and 80s. If you're playing from home, you can pull it up now and watch it with us if you would like. So, Ryan and Pete, here we go. I'm going to count down and then hit play. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You gotta be kidding me. You're gonna risk the entire mission for a mental defective dressed as a court jester.
It's coming from a guy that wears a toilet seat on his head.
We don't leave one of our own behind.
Hopefully Harley's still alive.
No funny business, Colonel. These are dangerous people.
Team 2 is clear to go.
Fire on. 3, 2.
What are you guys doing?
What?
We're here to save you.
You were gonna save me?
It was a really good plan, too.
Well, I can go back inside and you can still do it.
That's patronizing.
I'm so sorry. Harley quit.
Blood sport.
And through the Guardians of the Galaxy stuff we've seen it, James
You know
Gunn,
the
how
deal.
important, like, music choice
Successfully
has
complete the
become
mission,
for him,
you get
like
10 minutes
trailers
off
and
your
movies
sentence.
and everything now.
Yeah, especially since they tried to make the original their version of Guardians
You
to
fail
begin
to
with.
follow my
It
orders
just
in
made
any
sense
way,
to bring Gunn along. John
I
Ostrander,
detonate
the
the
creator of
explosive
Suicide
device in the
Squad.
base of your skull.
I mean, Mike Rucker.
famous Suicide Squad.
That line connects it to the last movie. This is the famous Suicide Squad. So it is a sequel.
I'm not gonna lie,
Who's Pete Davidson playing?
Someone who's gonna die.
Any questions?
yeah, he's the Slipknot of this one, I think.
Polka Dot Man.
That is your
Sly.
hand. Very good.
King Shark. I'm excited for King Shark.
Yeah.
I hope so.
As ridiculous as that looks or sounds, whatever. That's comic book.
That's a quality F-bomb right there.
You die.
If we find out any information you give us is false, you die.
If we find out you have personalized license plates, you die.
What? No.
If
I
you
took
cough
this as a
without
reference
covering
to
your
the
mouth,
last
Hardly.
movie.
Although that
License
isn't an open
plates.
invitation for you to cough without covering your mouth.
What's the plan?
How the hell am I supposed to know?
You're the leader. You're supposed to be decisive.
And I've decided that you should eat a big bag of dicks.
If this whole beach was
I love
completely
Idris.
covered in dicks, and somebody said I'd eat every
Y'all
dick
like-
until the beach was clean for liberty,
Yeah.
I would say no problemo.
Douchey
would
Captain
someone
America.
put penises all over the beach?
Who knows why madmen do what they do?
The song is so perfect.
This is suicide.
Well, that's kind of our thing.
Don't you worry, eh? I'm gonna get you out of here alive.
I'm going to get you out of here alive.
He's so smooth.
I was gonna say, geez, dude.
Great acting.
Oh my God! We've got to freaking tie
This is
you up
great.
in this shit!
Love it.
Starro, the con.
I love the rain. It's like angels are splooching all over us.
She is.
She made to
embodies
play.
Harley.
Made to play Harley Quinn, right?
Oh, she is. It'll go down as one of the arguably the best cast, maybe the best casted
Okay.
CBM character in history.
Yeah.
All right,
there with
so,
Ledger.
yeah, I'm with
I
you.
mean-
All right, so I mean, just recap your thoughts about the whole thing. Lauer, go first, sir.
I thought it looked like a blast. I'm not familiar. I haven't read Ostrander's work before on Suicide Squad. And this makes me want to go back and do that, in which Gunn has said many times that he is based, like that is the source material to him, is the Suicide Squad stuff in the 80s. And I mean, this just looks like a blast. I think it's funny. The humor for it in this, to me, worked. I thought it was funny. I thought it was well timed.
Yeah.
King Shark, the concept of a walking shark, but I love it. I think it's great. It's comic book fun. And I think it set the tone of what you can expect for the movie. It's going to be It's going to be R. It's going to have, it's going to be bloody, but like in a fun way. It's going to be funny. I'm in. I don't need to see another thing because I'm in.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you. I don't really need to see any more. It's kind of hooked me. I think my reaction was it's weird, it's goofy, it's, you know, I'm just throw out some more adjectives. I mean, bizarre, and it's kind of awesome, you know. Like the whole, you know, I like when they do stuff like this. I like when it's like this. I'm okay with the crazy nonsense, goofy stuff. Star of the Conqueror, you know, coming
fits.
down.
It
Yeah,
all fits.
I love all that.
Unapologetically James Gunn. It just is. To me,
true.
This is Guardians of the Galaxy meets the Belko Experiment, which is a movie Gunn wrote but did not direct. You know, a lot of people are going to die. I think that's why the team is so big. You saw, you know, the trailer focused on all the main figures that will be the main parts of this movie. But guys like Pete Davidson, I expect them to, you know, die off early.
What's his character?
I can't remember what his character is. I
don't think Boomerang's going far either.
I think Boomerang lives. I do. Boomerang is a huge part of the Suicide Squad. I mean, they killed him off in the comics recently and brought him back. Like Boomerang never goes too far. You know, that's why I think the team is so big, because I think people are just going to die left and right. And if you've watched the Belko Experiment, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Like Gunn will just kill people. But I know Nathan Fillion plays TDK, which I believe is like arms fall off boy or something like that. So at some point he's going to lose his limbs, which was funny seeing him drink a soda because it's probably the last one he'll ever drink. It's just crazy. Everything from, like, Lauer, you mentioned how, like, just seeing King Shark, but then the main villain is a giant starfish. It is just a comic book movie, and it seems to be right in line with everything that Gunn writes. Like, this is going to be like Guardians of the Galaxy on acid and LSD while got, you know, steroids dripping through its veins. Like, it fits
insane. For the practicality too of why would they need to get this assortment for a Suicide Squad. It's like because of some ridiculous threat. Like, Batman does not belong in this fight against Starro. Like, no, I don't name other heroes that kind of don't, you know, you argue maybe Green Lantern, but I think that's just that's such a fun villain. That's the villain, is Starro, of like, what the hell is this thing? I don't know. Let's bring in the worst of the worst, you know, bring him in and take him on.
Kinnaman looked just like Rick Flag from the comics, which I thought was great to see him. Well, I appreciated what Air did. Like, he's more of a street level, urban tactical type thing. Like, that movie fit him, but like you could see where Gunn really was like, I'm going to honor the source material a little bit more faithful. I'm trying to find out who the hell what's his name plays, but it was cool. What I really liked though is how deep Gunn got. Like, it's not just Ratcatcher, but it's Ratcatcher 2. Right? Like, so there's Ratcatcher 1 somewhere else in this universe, probably locked up in Arkham or Blackgate or wherever the hell you want to put these people. But he really dug deep and he picked up some crazy ones. Let's see, and then Mongal, which is, I believe it's Mongol's daughter. So he even went like cosmic. Like, that's Mongal's an alien. Like, we all know who Mongol is, and World and all that stuff. So like, Gunn is not holding back at all, and I'm dying to see what the hell we're in store for. And we have not even mentioned John Cena. And just from this trailer alone, and the opening and that Dick's joke in the middle, you could see why Warner Brothers or HBO Max is like, yes, TV show with this guy. This is, ever since I saw him in that Amy Schumer movie, I mean, this guy is really he's not The Rock, but he might be the next best thing as terms.
He's got great comic chops. Is that, you know? Yeah. You're right. That Amy Schumer movie, he was hilarious in it. And the fact that Peacekeeper is so ridiculous, he looks ridiculous, but it fits, right? Yes. I mean, like that chrome helmet thing, it's just looks like nonsense, and you think it wouldn't work, but it looks great.
Pete Davidson plays a character called Blackguard. I don't know who that is. And that's another thing I like about this movie is there's a lot of characters that I don't know about. And, you know, like I got long boxes. I dig to the long boxes. I dig to the dollar books. Peacemaker's not someone who I was familiar with before this movie. And I believe he was actually a Charleston Comics character.
Yeah, he was Charleston Comics, DC.
Yeah. If you read, Gail Simone's got a thread on Twitter where she digs really deep and how Peacemaker was originally one of the characters to be in Watchmen. He was supposed to be the comedian. So that's cool. And it's just,
Oh, you say that, and then it's kind of like, oh hell, fits.
Yeah.
It's like it fits even more.
It makes sense as to who he's, and again, like even Cena himself says douchey Captain America. Like that's how they describe the character. And he's like, yeah, dicks for liberty. I need all those. And it's like, I get it. It's a dick joke, but still, it's like, it's funny. I do kind of get a little worried. Like, is it going to be boom, boom, boom? Is it just going to be straight up Gunn craziness humor, kind of like Guardians 2? Or is this going to lean a little bit more towards Guardians 1, where there's a lot of heart in that movie? I feel there's a little bit different. I feel like Guardians 1 is prime Gunn, whereas Guardians 2, I don't really like what he did there in that movie.
You see a little bit of the, I guess you'd say, heart with Idris Elba's character and on the bus, about saving each other or whatever. Yeah. I'll just say, I don't think this gives anything away with what we're going to see here in a few months. I think it's just like a little appetizer to give you the vibe of the film. And I know we've had R-rated comic book films before. We've had, Deadpool, we had Joker and so forth. And this will be also, but it's there's something, it's not, I saw people are always it's like Deadpool, or it's R-rated Guardians of the Galaxy or whatever. But it doesn't seem like that to me, right? Or what do y'all think?
I think, it's definitely inspired by Deadpool, right? Like just being more adult oriented, and heavily.
Yeah, Deadpool proved that you could do that. Yes,
but
absolutely.
I think that again, like I can think the difference between, I think Deadpool 1, there's a lot of heart and story and love in that movie. Deadpool 2 kind of strays a little bit. It's not a bad movie by any stretch, and I like Deadpool 2, but it's not as good as Deadpool 1. Whereas I think Deadpool 1 is, for that tone of the movie, it's perfect. For his Deadpool 2, they kind of they try to be a little bit funnier than they do try to be a little bit more serious than they did in the first one. And that's like what I was saying earlier about Guardians 1 and Guardians 2. I feel like that's those two are the prime examples.
Those are just the easiest comparisons, and I think that they're valid too, because with Deadpool you get the R-rated smartass comedy, which we see in the trailer, and then Guardians is, you see an assembly of a bunch of different characters. It's a group going to working together. So I think that's the easiest comparisons, and I think that both of those are totally valid. But I think also those were two good movies. So if this is a combination of two successful movies, then that should be successful then. So hopefully it is, because I think it's been, what we were presented with gave me such a good vibe and pure excitement.
If you want a really good idea of what this movie I think will be like, check out James Gunn's alien zombie movie Slither, because Michael Rooker's in it, Elizabeth Banks is in it, and Nathan Fillion's in it, and it's just, that's the perfect balance of James Gunn's seriousness, but just complete and just insane chaos, in my opinion. And it's still my favorite movie by him. So definitely check that movie out, because it's good and it's nuts, and it's like vintage Rooker. And I can't, man, I love how Rook. It's like Gunn is kind of like the Adam Sandler of this genre. He's got his boys and he just brings them along for the ride, and Rooker's in there and Fillion's in it, and now Stallone's in it, and it's like I'm so excited because he's you got actors who do stuff like that, or Tim Burton and Johnny Depp come to mind too. So it's cool when he's able to bring guys he knows, because he knows what to expect with these characters, and his brother too. His brother plays the Weasel, so that's going to be interesting. And I'm just ready. Like this movie, I don't need another trailer. I don't need anything else. This is all I need. It comes out August. Just get me there. And I was already feeling the kaiju hype between Kong and Godzilla, but to throw in that line, that's cool. And I totally expect Amanda Waller to shoot that dude in the head.
And I remember I asked you recently, Bill, about Suicide Squad and such, because for some reason I kept thinking it was coming out in June and not August. But I know that the trend, if you want to call it that, started with James Wan's Aquaman, that we were just 6 months out or so. And then we finally saw our first trailer. And I think that that's a good idea, and a good thing here of we are a little over 4 months away from the Suicide Squad. It's like we didn't need to see this a year ago. This is a good 4 months out to start that hype train, and this is what you come out swinging with. I think this is a good move. The 4 months are going to go by fast now, and they dropped the character posters. I don't know if you got to look at some of those. Those were great and fun. So we got a lot of content here to whet our appetites, to hold us over until they release the inevitable second trailer. But I think 4 months out, that's a good move.
Yeah, look, I am always been all in on the Suicide Squad concept. I love the concept. I didn't really hate the one that came out a few years ago.
I liked it.
I'm not gonna get golf in the weeds about it, but I mean, I didn't like the third act. I didn't like the main villain, but blah 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 blah, whatever. So, but it did well, and it did well enough to do a sequel. And I'm sure this is kind of a
tried
reset.
To make that one Guardians.
Yeah, it's kind of a reset, reboot. This, whatever you want to call it. This is kind of a Batman Forever, right? Kind of thing.
Is it? I don't know. I've really got strong sequel vibes to this. Rooker said the famous Suicide Squad. It's the team seems to be saving Harley. Like they have a relationship. I mean, I guess there's connective tissue, a la Pat Hingle and Michael Goff, and if you want to compare it to Batman Forever, but it to me it just seems like a straight up sequel. To be honest,
for me, I don't care either way. Whatever it is.
I think that's where I am too. There's enough there to support whichever way you want to think it.
Yeah. That's a good way to do it, or way to look at it. My only issue with the whole thing is that if you can put fucking Polka Dot Man in this damn movie,
I know where you're going.
I don't understand why Crazy Quilt is not part of the damn Suicide Squad.
Well, if it's good, you're gonna get a third one.
One of you two boys explain that to me.
Because he's being saved for the sequel, clearly, Bill.
I'm just a viewer. I don't know better. I don't know what Warner Brothers should do. I'm just a viewer. So
you're not an associate producer?
I'm not. So I don't know what.
Neither am I. But
you have a T-shirt?
I don't know. I think it's completely possible that they do another one. They bring in that Crazy Quilt. Because then I'll hop aboard with that and be like, resurrect Egghead. Let's get that going too. I want some Egghead.
my tongue is firmly in my cheek when I say all that, and it's Crazy Quilt. It's kind of been a bit I've done for like 20 years on that and on film. But if ever you're going to have a chance to put that character in a movie, this would be it, and hopefully he comes in a sequel. It would be fantastic. Tom King did him kind of a cool way in Batman comic book. So,
Yeah. I mean, we all have our obscure villains we'd like to see in a movie one day. I'd love to see Film Freak in a film at some point. But, I think that's why this franchise is around. I think this will introduce a lot of people to a lot of new characters and characters you didn't think that, would get a shot. Like, I mean, we saw King Shark on The Flash.
King Shark.
To see King Shark,
how awesome.
Seems to be a large speaking role too. Like, I'm all for it. And Starro, I'm ready to
Starro the Conqueror.
Yeah.
You say that you're on a kaiju kick. I'm just on a monster kick now. So King Shark's a monster to me. So bring it on. Bring some more of that.
And he seems to be, he's just eating people and ripping them left and right.
Ripping them apart.
I would think, you know what? And I also think, and then we'll get out of here. I think they give us that, hand and him eating people and ripping people apart. But I bet there's more to that character in the film that
I don't know. It seems when Starro pops out of the ground, he's eating somebody's shin. I don't know, like it's a drumstick, I don't know if there's much more to King Shark than him just being hungry.
Who knows? But we'll find out in August.
I can't wait. I'm excited. Yeah. I mean, I've been excited for this movie since all the rumors, like back when Mel Gibson was attached and Gavin O'Connor was attached and Air was I was just like, I like the first one, so just make a sequel. And I'm happy we got it, and I can't wait to see what James Gunn has. And hopefully now, he can be a part of the DC universe and come. If it's a success and we all enjoy it, come back for a third movie. I'm happy.
with you 100%.
I'm a fan of his.
I'm one of those. Just make DC movies. I don't care if they connect. I don't care if they don't connect. Just make good DC movies and whatever, and we'll enjoy them. I'm all about this. I champion this, and we'll judge it when it comes out, and then of course we'll move on to the Batman because it'll be at stone's throw. Once this comes out, we're almost at the Batman.
Oh, I can't wait. I am so excited for that one.
I think they'll have a trailer to play in the theaters in front of the Suicide Squad of the Batman.
Oh, you would imagine, right? In August?
See, August 4. That'd be 6 months out.
Yeah.
I think 6 months.
Look
7.
at you playing investigative journalist.
Yeah.
I'm looking ahead at the Batman. I can't help it.
Well, the Batman is coming. Hashtag.
Yes, it
the
is.
Batman.
It is.
Hashtag the
All
Batman
right.
is
All right.
coming.
All right. So let's plug some stuff. And since Ryan, since you just recorded one of your shows, go ahead and you start first with all your plugs of all your endeavors, sir.
All right. On the Twitter, the Batman Book Club podcast at the Batman BC. Right now, we're in the final 4 of the Best Batman Story Tournament. Go there, tune in, cast your vote. The next episode of the Batman Book Club is episode 49, which drops Wednesday with Mr. Peter Verra right here, where we're going to talk about Batman comics for March. And then the following week is episode 50, and it's the Lonesome Dove episode of the Batman podcast. It's a long one. Yeah, it's a very long recording that Pete's also available on that one. So check it out, give it a shot. And also go to Batman on Film, where I have reviews for all sorts of fun comic books, and deep in the archives, an interview with Lee Bermejo, and also a review for the Batwing lamp, which I will always plug that beast because
got mine
right here, even
right there. Yeah,
my pride and joy right here. I love it. I love it. That's all I got.
That's all you got? Nothing else?
I can go more, I guess. No, I'm just kidding. That's it.
And BOF Chronicles, man.
BOF Chronicles. Oh my gosh, the BOF Chronicles. Track that down. Part 3.
You gotta write this down.
Me and Bill talk about The Dark Knight for an hour and 6 minutes, and what a great conversation that was. Not just because Bill was here, but I'll keep talking about that one. That was fun to hear, of stories I'd never heard before. Some fun nuggets in that one too.
I love talking about that. You probably can tell if you listen to that show, I sound audibly very excited and happy to talk about those good old days of Batman on Film. All right, Pete Verra, what you got, my friend?
You can follow me on social media. That's Instagram, Twitter, and Zack Snyder's favorite Vero at Pete Illustrated. You can follow the show that I co-host with a champion of Long Island, Eric Holzman, Straight Outta Gotham at straight_O_G. Please check out our Facebook page, Straight Outta Gotham. Please join our Facebook group, Straight Outta Gotham. Check out my written reviews on BatmanOnFilm.com for Dark Detective, Man-Bat, and Detective Comics. Check out Batman on Film YouTube for toy reviews, for interviews with Michael Uslan, Tara Strong, Lauren Lester, and Kevin Conroy. Check out my latest endeavor at Team Yellow Oval on Twitter, as I try to convince Andy Muschietti to bring back the Yellow Oval for the Flash movie with Mr. Keaton. I did not successfully convince Matt Reeves for the Batman, but I'm hoping Andy will, as a fellow Italian, listen to me. Also, you can follow my Italian Spider-Man adventures at Italians for Spidey, as I am the consigliere of that account with the Vigilante 1939 boys. And that's all I got for you today.
That's how a professional plugs.
That's a professional
right there, yeah.
plug. That's
I'm
a professional broadcaster. And I got to follow that shit. This is
I do
trying
have
to
a
follow
broadcast
Elvis
degree.
in 1954.
I am a legitimate associate producer. That was my job title for 10 years. So I don't have a T-shirt, but I have a lot of paychecks for it.
That what you got is better than the other. So for sure,
I'm not going to argue that.
Well, I have a website called Batman on Film, and you can check it out, batmanonfilm.com with the dashes in between. If you want to follow me on Twitter, Bill Jett Ramey, it's at Batman on Film, where I post witty banner and have commentary on things sometimes. And if you just want to avoid my nonsense, you can go to at the Batman on Film on Twitter. It's just straight up links coming from our site. All these things these guys do and everybody else does, they go there. If you like what we do on Batman on Film, become a Patreon. Patreon.com/Batman on Film. And all the shows are part of the Batman Podcast Network. You can find them on BatmanPodcastNetwork.com and follow that on Twitter at BatPod Network. I think I got that right. So
nailed it.
That was pretty good for an unprofessional broadcaster, right,
Yeah.
Pete? It was okay.
Well, you've been podcasting for like what, 15 years? I think you got this.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
This is your show, but just note that Pete gets the last word on all of these now, Bill. Just to say.
Okay. Oh, jeez.
The only besides the fact that Crazy Quilt is not in the Suicide Squad, I'm also a little butthurt about the fact that it's getting warm here in Texas, and it's not good gumbo cooking time. So
no, but it's barbecue weather.
It is. It's always barbecue weather. All right. You got something coming up on barbecue there, Pete? Now here we go. We're going to talk a little.
It's like yesterday was 77. Today was 80. It's coming. There's going to be a brisket being cooked soon. I can feel it.
Lauer, what you got cooking, my friend?
I don't have anything cooking. I had a bowl of Captain Crunch this morning.
Something General Mills.
Yeah. Got Lucky Charms ready also in case I run out. So that's as good as I get.
Lauer's one of those guys who uses chocolate milk for his cereal. You know that, right? Can't get no sugar.
No, but I do eat like a 6-year-old at times. But I'm about to go to a barbecue place. So there we go. That's my lunch. That's my late lunch.
All right. So, let's get out of here. All right. So for Pete and Ryan Lauer, spelled like lower, I am Bill. And we'll catch you next time. And I'll save you the whole authoritative definitive the daggum original thing. Although I just did that. So we'll catch you next time.